Hey guys, it's Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group. Today's video is called Voice over IP Voicemail to Email Live Demo. How does it work? Now, so in short, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk about the voicemail to email function. For those of you who may or may not know, voicemail to email is pretty much a standard feature nowadays with any voice over IP service provider. For the purposes of today's demonstration, I'm going to show you how it works with our phone system that we use in-house for Rich Technology Group, which is Vonage Business. But it works the same way with just about every single voice over IP carrier. Vonage Business, Nextiva, Ring Central, Jive Communications, OnSIP, the list goes on and on and on. We represent all of these guys, so I'm going to show you how it works in general. So this will be a short, quick, to the point video, but I just thought we needed this because I've had a lot of people asking me lately, well, what is voicemail to email? Why do I need it? First of all, it's not even a matter of whether you do or don't need it. It's free, included with most every single package. So the question is, why would you not use it? So in short, whenever somebody leaves me a voicemail, basically it's immediate. I get the voicemail on my phone. For those of you who may or may not know, I have a cordless phone, and I also have a Polycom VVX 300 phone as well that sits on my desk. I have this cordless that's in my office, and then I have a Polycom in my master bedroom. Basically, when somebody leaves me a message, obviously like any other business phone, I get the hold on there. I'm going to show you guys something else in a minute. I get the little, flashing red lights or whatever in the beep on the phone that says you've got mail or you've got a voicemail, but I also get it in my email, and it looks something like this. So as you can see, it's from Vonage Business. It has all the same caller ID information like you would get audibly whenever it says, call from, and then it says the name, area code, this, and this, and that at, 9:25 on Monday or something like that. I get all the same information. I can see that this was a new voicemail from caller ID caller, Short. It says Short Michael, but it's Mike Short, a friend of mine, business colleague of mine. And it says he called from 804-402-9926. I can also see what extension he called what option he dialed in my auto attendant, which was option 401 for sales or to speak with Prince Rich. And then he came to me through extension 402, which is my extension. I can see that it was received on February the 14th, Valentine's Day on 2020 at 11:55 a.m. And I can also see that the voicemail is 65 seconds long. When I come down here, it shows me an actual MP3 file that I can either download, save to Google Drive, or whatever. I can open it, and then I can listen to it. So let's go ahead and play it.
Hey, Prince, Mike Short, driving back from Charlottesville. So, you know what I feel like I'm driving. I'm listening to a podcast or I got a YouTube playing. So, hey, Sean Cannell with...
So anywho, that's essentially what it is. Easy, right? The reason why a lot of people like this is because a lot of people aren't usually always by their phone, or they don't want to be. The other thing that I found that's really nice about this function and feature that I personally like is I can forward this to other people. So anywho, now that we've gotten into that, let's actually talk. Oh, before we get into the pros and the cons of voicemail to email, I want to show you guys something. I've actually got a screen share still here of my cell phone. And this is not just with Vonage Business. This is with any carrier. When I get the voicemails to email, I also get the visual voicemail in my mobile app as well, so that I can always get voicemails. It's impossible for you to lose emails like this. To lose voicemails, I'm sorry. So that being said, watch, same message.
Hey, Prince, Mike Short, driving back from Charlottesville. So, you know what I do when I'm driving. I'm either listening to a podcast or I've got a YouTube player.
So for those of you who are watching this that think, man, I just can't afford to lose voicemails, or I can't afford for my staff to lose voicemails, with any modern day voice over IP phone system hosted service, like a Vonage Business, Ring Central, Nextiva, OnSIP, the list goes on and on, they would not only get the voicemails on their physical phone, they would get voicemail to email, like what I showed you a minute ago, like this, and they would also get it on their mobile app should they choose to use it. So you can't lose voicemails. It's Let's get into the pros and the cons of voicemail to email really quick. Again, as I already mentioned, you can get voicemail anywhere, literally anywhere. It's safe to say that no matter where you go, you've got access to your cell phone or a laptop or your physical phone if you're sitting in the office. Between the three, cell phone, laptop, physical phone, it's impossible for you to not get voicemail. It's also kind of sort of impossible for you to lose a voicemail. If you accidentally delete a voicemail, say on your physical phone when you're listening to it, you've still got a copy of it in your email so that you can go back to it. Let's see here. The other nice thing about voicemail to email is this, and this is a function that we have enjoyed for years. For those of you who are watching this that have employees or staff, if you have access to be able to monitor or get a CC or get a catch-all from their email for legal reasons or, while they're on that probation period or just indefinitely because you want to be able to monitor what's going on within your company, you would get a copy of this voicemail to email in your email. So even though I'm the owner of my company in this scenario, if this was, say, employee A, and I was owner B, and I just set up a invisible catch-all that they don't know about to my email address or this person's email address, prince@richtechnologygroup.com, I would get a copy of this voicemail and be able to hear it and make sure that they're following up with calls and things like that. More importantly, if you let go of an employee or something like that, and they've been using the voicemail to email function and not deleting these, even you can set up in the back end of the system for these emails to also go to another person, and they would not know this. So in short, you as the manager, director, or owner of an organization, human resource, whatever you may be, you can get copies of these voicemails for accountability reasons and things like that. This is a very powerful feature for people who run or work within an organization that may have very high turnover, or you're just in charge of managing people and, damage control and whatever it may be. Let's see here. The other pro of voicemail to email is the ability to be able to forward this voicemail to somebody else. Note in point, I can come up here, say forward right now, and I can forward this to anybody and say, hey, this is my buddy Mike Short. He was talking about on a voicemail about some big conference with Sean Cannell in Las Vegas coming up in a month or two. Are you interested in this? We could all go together. In short, it gives you the ability to literally forward a direct message from somebody to somebody else, which is a really powerful feature and which is obviously something that's not very easy to do on a cell phone or something like that, or within a normal phone system with voicemail, is to be able to share a voicemail with somebody like that. Let me delete that. Okay, so let's get into, I actually didn't have any cons. I guess there aren't really any cons of voicemail to email. It's a free service, so you can't complain. You either use it or you don't. You can cut it on or you can cut it off. So that's the only there really is no cons. If you don't like it, don't use it. But it's free with pretty much any carrier these days. One other thing that I wanted to point out is some people like voicemail transcription. I personally don't like voicemail transcription because regardless of carrier, it never really comes through as accurate as listening to the actual voice message and hearing it go through the way it is. But voicemail transcription with most all carriers does cost a little bit extra, like maybe $1.99 or 99 cents or something like that extra per month per user that you would like to have it for. But the voicemail transcription, were you to use it, it would show up here where you see my cursor on the screen and have the actual text dictation, the best that your carrier can, interpret it there. And a lot of people like voicemail transcription because instead of having to listen to a message and take too much time out of their schedule or day, they can just get the general gist of what a message said and make decisions based on that. Some people like it, some people hate it. I personally don't really see the need for it for my business, but you might. So that's another thing, is you can add voicemail transcription with most carriers in addition to the normal voicemail to email, and it would come in the same email and you can access it that way. So anyways, if you're watching this video and you're wondering, this is a very useful tool in collaboration with a virtual voice over IP or full-fledged voice over IP phone system for your business, and you'd like to find out which carriers not only best fit your business, but offer voicemail to email and maybe even transcription included in their service, call me. I represent every single voice over IP carrier in the United States. My service is completely free. You don't pay me. I'm compensated by the carriers. I can help you figure out what the best voice over IP solution that has voicemail to email capability and much, much more is for your business. Again, Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, your go-to guy for the best deals on business phone and internet service in the United States. I'll talk to you guys again in the next video.